So all of it will be covered by us. You will need corneal transplant. Cornea will be donated by somebody. All the expenses paid. You just go. So Auntie and I, she's the only driver in the whole family. All Indians. She is the only one driver. My cousins, they just brand new, And we went to Bill Hughes's office, think 40 years ago. None of these modern gadgetries, and it was just an ordinary office. I was not impressed with the scene there, So Bill Hughes was an older gentleman. He looked at me and said, "Yep, you have keratoconus, and we have to do transplant surgery, but you have to wait until the cornea become available." Mm-hmm. Okay, I understood that. So I began to think, I'm not comfortable with this guy. So came back and gave the report to the director. So what you found out, Abraham? I said, Bill Hughes, Doug, to be very honest with you, I was not very comfortable with that setting. Okay, I'll send you to the second best man. Who is that? Dr. F.C. Brody from Vienna, Austria. In Iowa City, Iowa. 150 miles one way from Peoria. So, lo and behold, we pack up and Auntie is the only driver, I'll lecture to her while she is driving. So we went and, so this is a university teaching hospital. And F.C. Brody, he had me come before all the ophthalmology students. They had the TV monitor, they photographed my eye. And my left eye cornea is like this, cone fashion. It should be like this, but it's going like this. So he said, I want your students to look at Mr. Thomas knows his diagnosis and everything. He's some knowledgeable about what he's doing. So just come and see, because you don't have a keratoconus very much in America. And they all lined up and saw me and said, all right, you are 14 in the list for transplant. So whenever a cornea becomes available, they will come. I felt so good about it because I felt that, he was a Catholic doctor from Vienna, Austria, and his classmate was from Kerala, who checked me before even I came to America, Dr. Puthudan. And he told me, the only thing that is available for your remedy is transplant, which we didn't have in India back in the 50s. And he said, if you go to Switzerland, England, or America. So, then what happens? They were in Mayfield, at that time.
I'm just listening, I'm hearing it for the first time.
Yeah,
so I'm just like, okay.
And we came to visit them. 17 Mayfield ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നില്ലേ? Yeah, 17.
Yeah.
Amma was there too. When did you? Yeah. They were in Mayfield, and I preached at Brother Puckett's church, and went back to their house, or where, I don't know where we were. The phone rang. Abraham Thomas, your cornea is available, but you have to be here within the next 8 hours.
Wow.
I said, no way, Jose. Neither plane, no car. Iowa City, I was so disappointed. I said, man, my chance is gone. So I told Brother Puckett that we have to pack up and leave. And the Orthodox priest was with us. So we went back. I think we drove back in like 6 to 8 hours or something. When we stepped into our apartment, the phone rings again. This time you must come up. We didn't even unpack. Let's go. And the priest, he's an Orthodox priest, but he had a little prayer for me too. And we drove, and we went to the operating theater, and the whole scene was photographed by my public relation man, in the social service. He came with us. He said, Reverend, I want to do this. And
yeah, because there's plenty of photos in that photo album about that.
They prepped me, and then in the operation theater, this Dr. Brody held his hand like that. in a corner upon a stool, prayed. And he came to me and said, Reverend Thomas, we just employ God-given knowledge, but He is the healer. I said, I believe that. And you know, they cut my cornea. This was not under general anesthesia, it was local anesthesia, you know, the whole thing. So I know what's going on. And when they cut this cornea, it was just like darkness. And they sutured with the other cornea. And man, I just, in my heart, I was beginning to praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. You know, back in those days, today it's only a 30 minutes of outpatient. Back then, 8 days.
Wow. Yeah, he stayed in the hospital.
Wow.
In this position.
He can move or anything.
Yeah. And so, couple of
drops.
Maybe that's why it is still good, you know.
I don't know. Tresiame and Tangamen Kana Mandala.
Yeah.
Tresiame is a neighbor to us now. You know,
The
in
kids
the
were
Woodlands.
with Sosamma. Yeah, she lives in.
You know, Tresiame and you know, these were two single girls, you know, from India. They were our neighbors in Peoria. And when they came, you know, they knew in the country.
They kept the kids.
They kept our kids. And they barely drive, and they came all that distance, 150 miles. So I said, now look, when you guys go back, make sure your tank is full, because I don't want you to be stranded. But they don't know anything about the tank, they don't know about the oil change, nothing. They drove back, and lo and behold, halfway, the car stopped.
Oh no.
So the brighter one of the two said, well, let me try. And she got in and pressed the accelerator. Goodness, it's not moving.
Somebody came and helped.
I'm glad they told me all of this only months later, because I would have been seeing stars. So finally, the Lord sent a man, and he saw them stranded. They were wearing their saris, you know, new Indian girls. And I said, so what's going on here? Well, we don't know our car stopped, so he got, yep, you don't have any gas. So what he did was, he took both of them in his little truck and bought gas, came back, and he poured it into the tank, and they said, now you drive, I will follow you up to Peoria.
Oh, wow.
Now that has to be God, right?
Mm-hmm.
He thought like I would under that circumstance.
Protect them, make sure.
Protect them, make sure. And Tresiama told that part of it only the other day when, you know. And so, it's a miracle, Ronnie.
In that days, the peoples are very nice people. Even you go and even, you know, don't know anybody,
Nothing will happen.
but somebody coming, passing to, they say hi, you know, especially in that area, Kentucky and Peoria, it's okay, Illinois, so they
So,
always say very.
Ronnie, I want you to
politely.
know that American people, America, the most wonderful people on earth, you and the Americans, we appreciate you guys. There's all kinds of meanness here. There's all kinds of meanness in India too. But man's heart is corrupt regardless of where he is. But we can't escape the fact that if there is a group of people in all of the world that's still kind and compassionate to other people, is the good old US of A.